Yeah. Peace, bless, love. Give thanks to that man above. You now rocking with Mr. Uncommon.
Hey, yo, what's going on, y'all? It's the Fresh Prince himself. Is he Finesse?
Yeah. And the one and only Jay Confident. Remember, y'all, being financially stable can give your experiences the opportunity to grow and build within yourself. Let's go!
Yes.
Yeah, better and better, baby. I should start dusting my shoulders off of these shits.
Another one for the culture.
Another one for the culture, y'all.
I like that one.
Digging it, son. What's up?
So, today, I like that one, by the way. Sorry. Listen, so today, right, we like to be diversified, right? That's a good. Diversify. Thank you. Appreciate it. Diversify, right? From us male to female, right? We're trying to give a little perspective from the female side of it, right? Because we have a lot of males in this podcast, and we're trying to change it up, right? So we have two special ladies here, right? Then I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. But before we do that,
yeah. Please don't forget to don't forget to share, and also I said it. Okay, subscribe. Thank you. See, this is why you need them though, to correct you, right? So yeah, don't forget to subscribe. And
shit!
Let's get this episode rolling.
That's crazy.
Yes.
And I thought I was gonna get nervous because I'm sitting right next to them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're about to be they're about to give us some powerful aspects of their side of things, right? So, ladies, introduce yourselves, please.
Damn, I feel like I don't have an intro. Like Jay Confident, I'm gonna have to take a little course from him on how to freaking introduce myself right now. What am I gonna say? Pump my chest or some shit? I don't know. Well, I'm Carolina.
We got two business women here, powerful business women. I'm sorry, right? You got two business powerful women here, and we just want to get everything from y'all. So just please present again. Introduce yourself. I know it's kind of fucked up.
Let me reintroduce myself.
Let's go. Yeah, that's the vibe. See
that's it. I'm Carolina. I am a business consultant, investor, helping small business owners. Just speaking light and love to everybody around. Nice. And I'm here to kind of talk whatever we want to talk about.
Let's go.
Nice. And my name is Vanessa Franco. I'm a chartered financial consultant, but I like to call myself a financial coach and help everyone reach their financial goals pretty much. So excited to be here. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
That's what's up. Thanks for being here, guys. That's what's up. That's good. All right.
So, ladies, okay, so we thank y'all again for being here. We wanted you actually to be here because we wanted to give a different perspective on women's, like their business aspect of things of like entrepreneurship and all that powerful thing that is not impossible to do, right? And there are successful females out there that are doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we just want to get like a history on it. Like we can start with you. Like how did it start for you to get into this business? Like.
Sure. So I think early on I really got into, or I realized that academia was my calling. Like I was really good in school and I listened to my teachers. So I got a lot of guidance from them. I am the first person in my family to graduate from college.
Nice.
And first generation.
Nice.
Everything here.
Yeah,
So
drop a bomb
I
on
really
that
didn't
one.
have any guidance.
Word.
So I didn't really have any guidance from them, although they tried, right? They gave me the best that they could and, took those opportunities. So once I was in college, I knew that I didn't want, numbers was my thing. Like anything else, I wasn't into history or the sciences. It was just not clicking. And I thought I wanted to do finance. And my advisor at the time was like, no, you need to go into financial planning. And I'm like, why are you trying to change my major? What is happening?
Yeah.
He's like, take my first course and then let me know how you feel about it. So it was like basically financial planning 101. And that first class, and I was like sitting there and I had the book and I felt like I had the American financial system Bible. Wow. I was like, wait, what is this? How a credit card works? Like why has it, like my parents need to know this.
Yeah.
Right? Because they had their own misconceptions. They were just trying to navigate the way that they could. And I basically just started applying that to my life and it's gotten me this far now. I was able to, be a homeowner at a young age and just kind of navigate my way that way. And here I am today.
Nice. So since you was the first one, then everybody in your family, like, you made it that far than them, right? So they wasn't aware of all these type of stuff that you actually acknowledged or had knowledge of, right? So how do you help them?
Right. So I'm still helping them. So I went back home and I'm like, hey, everything you guys been telling me, or you've been thinking about it wrong, or just thinking that the government is out to get you, or scared of banks and stuff like that. Like, hey, no, they actually are trying to help us. And here's the way. So from them, I just kind of became the person that they call for anything, actually. So I took kind of big responsibility with the family. So even now, I kind of help them with any questions that they have, and that's what I can do back to the community, because now I work for a firm where you have to have at least $1.5 million to work with us.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But that's a lot of money for it, right? And I'm like, I want to help my community, and then I realized I'm like, wait, to help my community, they need to have money.
Yeah.
So just the knowledge that I'm able to like help them with and like answer any questions they have. That's
Knowledge is key.
What was your parents' like reaction though? Like once you told them, like.
Yeah, because that's mixing old school and new school. So I was gonna ask her too. Like, what is their reaction? How was their reaction?
Yeah, so they were hesitant at first, but then once they started realizing, like, oh wait, no, she actually knows the answers and all of that. But a lot of stubbornness, right? They were just like,
yes, whatever.
Are you right? Like, do you really know? So yeah, it's been a work in progress.
I hear that. No me diga nada.
Exactly.
No me diga nada de mi cuento.
So Carolina.
What do you mean the money in the mattress ain't good?
Exactly. I keep mine in the cereal box.
Right? Old school. They keep. Cause imagine they don't want to put in no bank now. They're gonna rob us over there. Like we keeping it over here.
Or even my dad is like even putting like Cash App, like putting his card on there just to use it. He's like, oh, hold on, because them scammers is out there. They're gonna take it. I'm like, they're not gonna take it from the cash. They call you and they be like, oh, send it to me through. That's the story. But just to link it, it's not gonna be anything.
I mean, it's even worse that they don't even want to use their cards to pay bills. They still go to the post office.
Doing the money orders.
Yeah, like I'm doing it this way.
And it
I don't know when's the last time I
right?
did a money order.
To sit down with your mom, be like, hey, no, look, this is the banking app. You can do that. You can deposit your check like this. And they're like, it takes them some time, but you have to put in the time to like kind of get
for them
them
to trust it at least. Like somebody got to show them, if anything.
Nah, that's tough.
That's so true.
Talk to us, Carolina. That was fun.
Okay, so I mean, I guess we'll start in
like what?
February of 92.
February 92.
Okay, we can take it
I'm
back.
a Valentine's baby, by the way.
Are you really? Okay, all
Oh yeah,
right.
that's what's up.
Festered in love.
Oh, shit. Hey, JP is like.
That's it. Triple threat. Pop, pop, pop. I want them all.
I tell yo.
So let's see. So I'll start with, I guess, having like just an innate feeling within myself, even from a young age, that I always had to like speak my like either advocate for myself or just always like explain the reasoning as to why I asked a question or anything. Okay. So I always had like a very strong curiosity to me, and always wanting to understand people's perspectives or the way that they thought or they did things and why. So that got me in trouble when I was young, obviously, because my parents were like, you can't go that way. And I'm like, okay, why not? And it's like, you don't tell me why not. Like, you don't say, I just said no, y ya, eso fue lo que te dije. No me tienes que estar preguntando.
That was the problem with our parents before, man. Like, they'll be like, oh, no, you do what I told you to do, and that's it. Like, but explain to me why, though.
Why? Yeah, I can't stay after school at the playground. Why not? Because they sell drugs there, girl. And I was like, okay. But now that opens up your mind to be more educated and to see things differently and be, able to take care of yourself and be aware. Yeah. So that always something that, I had always a feeling, and I still have it. So they pushed me into being like, oh, do you want to go to law? Like, do you want to do things like that? And for me, it was something like, I'm a very creative person. So to me, it's like always avenues of me able to express myself. Right. So I started in high school, where we met. I was doing cosmetology. Okay. And even when I first started, I always thought about it like, I don't like doing hair, but I always see a business behind this. This is something that is always going to be, this is always going to be something that is a high demand. And I can go ahead. We went to a vocational school, so they gave us the license after we passed it.
So y'all both did the same thing?
We went to vocational schools, but she did finance.
Yeah, I did accounting finance.
Yeah, you was really in the numbers.
Yeah. So we did... and you didn't have to pay, because if you went to like these beauty schools, you had to pay either like $5,000. Back in the day, it was less, but now it's like probably 10,000. I haven't looked to see what they actually charge now, but to me, it made sense that I can go there, get this license without having to pay, and then always have like that security blanket on it. So when I finished high school, I went into college, and then I was like, okay, I love international business. I feel like that is where I strive. I always like knowing about cultures and like how different people do business.
Yeah.
And then I moved abroad and lived in France.
Really?
Yeah, I did that, and I kind of just wanted to again like expand myself
Different.
in doing that.
I wish I knew something in France so I could say something in French.
How was that though? Like living in France for that time period.
It was amazing because I feel like I just like was alive in that curiosity. So even within there, it's similar to here. Obviously, when you have like states, everything is very in close proximity. So I was able to travel to different places, kind of see and like be immersed in different cultures, which expanded my mind.
Nice.
Which is what I'm striving to do. Have a very open mind, and yeah, so I did that, and then I came back, and it was just hustle mode. Like I always had multiple jobs all the time, and I went into like waitressing just because it was easy cash, but I also got to connect with people and talk with people and like build my social skills and build my communication. So then it was a matter of like, okay, went to corporate, and then now we're in corporate, and that was something that initially came in because of the international business, and then I did professional sales.
Okay.
So I'm working as senior executive at UPS, and I'm working $1 million accounts, like all the big brands that you're seeing online. I'm here trying to negotiate with them, trying to get different things. So at that point, you know, you're feeling yourself. You're like, all right, cool, like I know what this is. Yeah.
So you hanging with the big boys.
Oh,
like
yeah. Oh, you gonna move from that career to me because of me? Cool, right? So it's just a matter of like,
Hey.
advocating for yourself and constantly like wanting to learn, wanting to just continuously like improve myself in all aspects, not just business, just as like a person.
Right.
And then I got into the world of entrepreneurship. So that started off with juice bars and really getting myself like immersed into that.
Sorry, look at what we think. But what actually sparked to be in the entrepreneurship? And
so when I met JP, which obviously there's an episode here, so if you want to meet the hubby, go watch that.
Go check it out. Yeah.
Go check it out. We'll link it down below in the description box.
Minute number.
That's it. Yeah, it starts at X.
Let's go.
Grab a snack. It's a long one.
It's definitely a good one. So
yeah. So with our start, it was something that immediately when we met, you already knew that like he wanted bigger for his life, and then he had already like stepped into entrepreneurship on his own. So to me, it's like I started seeing myself at the same height. We're like, okay, these are equals. Like we know we want a lot out of life, and that we know that there's no limits as to what you can create. So we saw each other's strengths and each other's weaknesses and how we can kind of like help each other. So when that started, like that whole process with the juice bar, I was kind of like, oh, I can help you with this and this. And because my work was something that I finished at some hour, that I can go ahead and immerse myself into that. Until it got to a point where now we were expanding because we were growing. And it was like, okay, now I'm full force. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and leave corporate and go ahead and just
so you left your job?
Yeah. So I left my job, and then I just went ahead and just
How long you was in corporate before you left?
What was that? Maybe 3.5 years, I want to say, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. And I had just gotten a promotion, too, at the point where I left. I think it was like maybe a month and a half or 2 months prior to. But it didn't feel like I wanted it to feel. And because I was so immersed already within the juice, like I felt that like the limitless that you can have on just like the growth and like how much you can actually like be in charge of your own fortune and just like literally build it out to whatever you want.
Much, full time now is like, oh wait, I could make part time doing this.
And like social media was starting and all this, and like you're like creating like different like promotions and advertisings and all this stuff. So it's like at that point I noticed that I was like, okay, I just want to go ahead and keep doing this. And then, from there it shedded into us even having other business owners around the community kind of come to us and like say, hey, how did that work? Like, how did you guys do that? And then we're starting like helping people, where then we got into the consulting bag. Obviously there's a lot of it between all of that, but we can get into deeper if you wanted to in like specifics. But that's when we both felt like, oh my God, like we're here, like God has given us this power, these skills, these experiences, obstacles, all of it to help others. And then, and now we're here.
So the same thing we asked, like, so are you first generation or?
No, not first generation. I have older brothers and sisters that really were also something that I looked at where they were super driven, super ambitious. And for me, they all took careers in specific things. Like my brother's he started in software, but now he's in real estate. Okay. So like they always pivoted as well. My sister was super like driven, anything work-wise, she's like super on it, dedicated. So you take a lot of that. And also for my parents, they're like super diligent in their work. And so you get a lot from everybody, and then that's what builds it up. Yeah.
I like the way you put that.
Yeah.
I like the way you put that.
For real, because this was like the people that surround you and everything. So you're just taking all their characteristics and then you basically just all in one. But I like how you also talked about how it was just you always trying to elevate your mind. And I see you got in your bio, it says elevate your mindset and own your power.
Yeah.
So so I know that you use your mind a lot to like really execute what you're trying to do. And like just the power of like just using it, like I know is really major.
And it's a lot of work, right? Because life happens, and sometimes it's not tough, easy just to be positive and motivated and disciplined, right? Yeah. So it's a matter of how are we understanding ourselves, having that self-awareness, and giving us like at the end of the day, it's like you give yourself grace, but at the end of the day, you always know you got to do more, right? Yeah. So it's like okay, it's grace, but like. Keep it pushing, girl. Take 10 minutes and then let's keep going. Which sometimes you don't need 10 minutes. Sometimes you need 2 days, right? And it's being okay with that and not feeling guilty about it. But I think it's always just understanding where you are as a person. How do you actually feel? And then shifting that mindset. And that's like listening to things like this podcast or any other people that like motivate you and then saying, how do I learn from that person about their experiences and then shed that on myself and like, not implement it right away because we were just talking about this. She's like, we're doers. So it's
I was
like,
gonna say, I'm definitely that action oriented. I'm sure right now, Carlos probably has the longest resume. I know, like before she even went into corporate, she like had 13 jobs. Like she just knew that okay, this isn't working. What's next? It's just like figuring it out, and now she's able to tap into that creative side without having like corporate, like now you're being yourself. And,
it's already normal. It's already engraved in you already. So
well, that's cool though. I mean, because like Vanessa, like I see, you started young doing the finances. You seem like you love numbers. How was it coming up, like working in Charles Schwab and dealing with the men's society of finance, and you as a woman coming up as who you are today?
Right. It was a little intimidating.
Okay.
Right? It's like, because I started so young, I would be in a room and not feel like I can express myself. Like, oh, I'm in a room. Like, everybody's smarter than me. Like, so it was a lot of, like, again, self-reflecting and looking at myself like, oh, wait, but I'm in this room because I worked my ass to get here. So I had to, like, build that confidence. And it was just, like, I would be confident in other places. And then I would come to work and I'm, like, a little shy. So just getting to know myself and giving myself the grace to be like, hey, no, I'm here because I worked my ass off.
Nice.
And I've been lucky enough to, well, now it's like woman empowerment everywhere. So things have shifted a lot. And it's like, it feels so good. It's like, I no longer have to deal with that because there's so many women around me that are doing great and are mentoring me and providing their feedback and it's just like it's a great era to be a woman.
That's why I asked. That's why I asked because nowadays, there behind every woman there's another strong woman to help them up. Nowadays, and I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Because we build up the podcast for us men to build each other up off our experiences and to show the world that we're not just men who just work. We're dads, we're sons, brothers. And friends. So to see y'all women coming up the way y'all do and finance, that just boggles me a lot because financially, when women talk about that, men will look at it like, yeah, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
Because statistically speaking, women don't save as much as men, supposedly. But seeing women coming up, yes.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And women spend more than men.
Okay. Yeah.
So that women save more than men? How many men save more than women?
Yes, and also women spend more than men.
Okay, that I'm with.
Like, just like on maintenance and natural products, right? Like, we need to get our tampons. Like, we need to buy things that you don't have to worry about. So naturally,
I didn't even know that. Good shit, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I found, and I was like, well, that's weird because
I found that weird right now.
Yeah, because I'm married, right? And shit, man, without my wife, I wouldn't be fucking financially stable. Like, I would be broke. Like I would be living in the streets.
Yeah.
But having my wife being the one to be like, nah, let's look at it this way. And put this, that, and that, and that. And I'm like, all right, you know what? You don't know what the fuck you talking about. But I'll listen to you.
Yeah.
You know
There is
what I'm
a little more financial discipline with women for sure. Yeah. Although I know a lot of big spenders that are women too. And just really quickly to your point, there are a lot of men that are advocating for the growth of women in finance. So we do have there's been a lot that I've learned from men too.
See, that's good. Yeah. That's good. That's what's up. That's what's
but
up.
I think it's that. I think it's what you were explaining and how you're open to like even receiving that feedback from it. Because I think it's just traditional men feel like I'm it. Yep. So you're here just as support and you don't have a say, right? Until you start learning with life that you're like, oh, hold on, like that actually did make sense. I guess it's just an ego thing. It's an ego play. It's just kind of letting the ego go down and being just prideful that you do have a partner that maybe help you. And then vice versa too. Because they also got to take from you.
No, you're right.
And see the things that you're doing and feel like either inspired by it and say, damn, look how he go out and he does this. Let me do that too, right? So it's always a give and take. Obviously, if someone's not doing it, then it's like, all right.
There's a broken
And I also add, because I'm like thinking. So you mentioned, you and your wife, and just kind of the history, like men talking, handling the finances and stuff. When the woman comes in, it's like, there's an emotional side of money and then the quantitative, okay, like these are the numbers, that's it, right? Now that we are bringing in women and teaching them how to do it, like we bring the aspect of the emotional side, like, okay, yes, the numbers are where they are, but how are you feeling with the way this portfolio is acting? How does that, are you sleeping at night? Are you worried? And these are things I need to talk about because there is an emotional aspect to it.
Yeah, I was just watching like it was like a TV show on Netflix. It was called How to Get Rich. And he was actually talking about that. Yeah, he was talking about that, how like talking between you and your partner is kind of uncomfortable when it comes to like financial stuff, and a lot of couples don't really do that. So when you do, it's like, all right, now you could really start building from there and learning what to do and not.
A lot of problems also too come from financial stuff in between couples and all that. Like that causes divorce too and breakups and all that, because they just don't they don't understand how all that works, right?
Oh, there's an vulnerability there that people feel like it's okay. Like I'm not gonna get judged because I feel insecure about XYZ.
Right.
And it's kind of just building that piece around it that it's like it's okay.
And this is why we actually also built this too, because of the vulnerability and stuff. Like you said, piggyback on what you said, like, we don't have to feel like, oh, we're men, we got to be strong every time, and we got to feel all powerful, like almighty. No, we could be vulnerable. We can feel. And I had an issue with that too.
Humans.
We humans. Yeah. I had an issue with that with my wife and everything. That is like, it's kind of hard. I think it's a generational thing too. Yeah. Right. It's a generational thing that just from what I seen, the man was concrete. That was what it was. So I had to figure that part out right there. Took me
culture
late.
too.
Definitely culture. Definitely culture.
What are you, Dominican?
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican? Yeah. Okay.
You Dominican?
I'm Puerto Rican. Oh, Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I mean, it's just cultural.
It is
right?
Hispanic. Right. You don't like Dominicans?
I never heard nobody say if he was Dominican.
Yeah, he usually gets like the Palestinian.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's how I said, oh, damn.
I've got a Dominican though too.
I never heard that from somebody, but that's
a rare compliment. We love our Puerto Ricans. So.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it is a generational thing and a cultural thing, right? So
which is true.
Take us late to really like understand that, because it took me late to understand that, right? Like
I'm still trying to understand it.
Okay, so there you go, right? All right, so there you go. So
I'm still learning.
We still in the process.
I got older generations, like they whisper in my ear and they'll tell me like, nah, you shouldn't let your wife do that. And then I look at them, but why? Like, aren't we a team?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I thought that we were supposed to get with the wives and be a team. And they're like, nah. But you always gotta have the folder for yourself on the side,
right?
And then you talk to your wife about A, B, C, but X, Y, Z, that's you, bro.
That's you right there.
That's you. Don't worry about it. And then I'm like, damn, do I listen to these dudes? And then I'm like, nah, wifey, right? She got it.
Yeah.
No one's gonna know your partner the more than you do, right?
You're right.
So that's again, that's just putting a label on it, woman, but that doesn't know your woman.
You're
and
right.
what their experiences are, what she brings to the table, like. when it comes to even just your mindset too
Yeah.
about things, right? Like if she asks you questions about maybe a problem within a finance, it's like that makes you then think about it, consider it a different way.
Yeah.
Because the perspective changed.
Yeah, but like you said, sometimes when it comes down to women and telling their men certain things, ego plays more than pride.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes like they say, ego's in the mind, pride is in the heart.
Yeah.
So, you know, that right there alone is just show men like, no, but I'm the man. You got to listen to me, woman.
Yeah.
So just to see like that, that's why I like what Vanessa was saying about the whole woman empowerment. I like to see that, you know, like with now seeing you and hearing that you were in France, Carolina, now I know why you say live and love.
Yeah.
Because you were in an area where love is meant to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
cute.
you know, that's fire. You know, that's pretty cool.
Sounds like you got your next trip with your wife coming soon.
Nah, that's a little too expensive. I need to speak to a
Yeah,
financial person.
Vanessa will help you.
I need to financially stabilize myself.
That's it. We're setting it up.
That's fire though. That's cool. That's
Go
cool.
budget for that.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
I mean, it happens. Why not? Shit, I don't mind.
You know what? Actually, bring us with you, and then we'll just help you while you're there.
Hey,
We'll add ourselves to the bill.
Hey,
Business trip and write that off.
That's it.
A quick write off.
I mean, as women, right, in the financial world and in the entrepreneurship world, right, would you say that the phrase "men buy, women shop" can be flipped? Where women buy, men shop.
Wait, hold on.
Well, you never heard of that?
Nah, yeah, I never heard that phrase.
I never heard that phrase.
Never
I
heard
can
of
tell
that?
just by y'all reaction.
So let's talk about it.
Hold
Let's
on,
talk
bro.
about it. That's
We
what
can
we're
be
here.
flipped. So women could what?
Yeah, there's a phrase.
So
There's
that
a
men could shop. Like men would shop.
and women
That's
are
crazy,
buy.
bro.
But you know why I say that? Because like most like men have this stigma, right? Like if you're broke and you hug your girl behind her, you know, and you whisper in her ear like, "Yo, thank you, baby, I love you," and she paying for everything, it makes them seem like, you're a bum.
No, I'm not saying
You
right.
know
I
what I'm
got
saying?
you, but like,
But that's how they look at it.
Right.
So now I did a little research because, you know, I got to do my research. And then there's a phrase that say that men buy, women shop. So when men will buy while women shop.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying as financial women or people who are women in entrepreneurship, you think with that will ever...
That's crazy, bro.
But
they're
they're flipping right now.
The woman's shopping
Crazy,
cart
bro.
like that.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. Like,
Yeah,
crazy.
like everything
So the-
Everything on go
everything on good.
yeah, everything. Yo, you got this?
It's on you.
You got this?
That's crazy. And he's hugging in the back through the back.
Yeah, through the back all day. But not being judged by another man, though. It is what it
Nah,
is.
he
That's
gonna be
the-
judged, bro.
Oh, is that bum ass nigga?
Yeah, definitely.
So
Like,
that
for a real dude,
Listen.
like to be like, just look at that. I would never hate on something like that, bro. Like honest, like there's no reason. I'm gonna look at you like, bro, like you a bum for real, you a bum ass nigga. Like what? I'm not hating on that. Like it would, he would definitely get judged behind it. I don't care, bro. Like, and we gotta start teaching. That's why you gotta start teaching our youngest, oldest, extra stuff. Man, be a man, but yeah, again, be vulnerable, do all that, but be your own man. Like, stand on principles. Like simple, stand on fucking principles, because
Work
that's
on your
principles, bro.
foundation.
Yeah, man. Like,
as your own person, yeah. But I think it could get flipped because I've known men that do that are okay with that.
they all do that.
Yeah, you
No,
have
they-
an epidemic of like the stay-at-home dads now too,
crazy.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think, I mean, again, it's all subjective to like what the situation is, right? If let's say,
circumstance,
yeah, like
different circumstances.
give me
say,
some
yeah.
circumstances, right?
Okay,
Because it's like then we can kind of like
All right, I
tweak
lost
it
my
and
God
say
forbid
it.
I lost my job and my
Right.
wife is still working. Then I will have to stay at home for the meantime. But I'm not staying. I'm not gonna make that my 9 to 5, whatever you want to call it.
Your
to
life
be,
purpose,
My life
right,
purpose to
right.
be
Yeah.
home. No, this is
Reason.
temporary until I
Right.
find a job and then
Right.
I'm out of there. People just make that their purpose.
Yeah.
Completely, and that is like,
Get really comfortable.
yeah.
Yeah.
So circumstance I get, but pick your ass back up and start doing the thing as a man should do.
Right.
Right? Don't let that fall all on the women. Like, I'm all in for the women to be, man, you can make more money than me. I don't give a flying fuck.
Right.
You can make more. That doesn't not bother me at all.
Because it's a team effort. It's like,
It's
all right, look, I'm
always,
bringing
yeah.
this. Like, now we got a bigger pool.
You know what I'm saying? So why not?
Why
We a
not?
team. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't bother. But I'm not gonna be home just my woman taking care of me because just I don't feel like a man.
No.
I think
pretty
it's
much.
just individualism at the end of the day, right? It's like
I
if
guess.
you want to be with somebody that wants more for their life, period.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So to me, it's like if I'm with a man and you not wanting more for your life, then that's where the
Yeah.
That's where it's gonna start losing the flame, right? It's not so much that like you're not working or providing X amount of dollars. It's just a matter that you're just complacent with this level of yourself. And if I'm rising and I'm growing and I'm doing, then it's kind of like, well, you coming for the ride too, or you just gonna kind of be here, right? Because there's people that hustle. It may not be the same. Like, let's say if someone's working a corporate job and then someone's hustling, but maybe their hustle is like Uber or something else. You know, it's not to say that that's less than or not, because that person may just like be in that position in their life at this moment that that's what they can do.
Right.
Well, at least you're doing something.
At least you're doing something, but it's a matter of like, what's after this? Like, are we saving to put something aside to start your own thing? Are
supposed to
you
be a goal behind
Are
it.
you applying and there's nothing really
Like when you're done with DoorDash, what you're doing?
Right, like are we
What's
applying as you're
up?
working DoorDash to kind of see like where you want to go? Or, I mean, there's this girl that she basically, I can't remember the name on the TikTok right now, but even to put it into like something where one thing can kind of bring it to another.
Yeah.
She was a big singer, like backup singer, Beyonce and all these things in LA. And I'm not sure what her story was as to like why it didn't work out for her, but she had to go to Atlanta and move, and she was like really just down on herself. And she explained this to one of the first passengers that she had in the car. And I guess she was just very like depressed about like kind of thinking that she stepped back in her life. And the guy kind of told her like, hey, like, you know, God gives you sometimes these avenues and vehicles that you don't really know what they're for. So he bought her a dash cam and sent it to her in her house. And this woman put it up and then just started talking to each passenger that came from that interaction.
That's fine.
Millions of views, has actually gotten partnerships with Uber now and all these things. So it's like one opportunity, which was, and now because she started singing to them on the car. And then that's how she was like doing like karaoke kind of thing in the car. And then people started talking, and then she's gotten deeper in conversations. Now she's a platform for other upcoming artists that want to have like people see them. So it's like,
that was the
what's
get
the
back.
plan with the DoorDash, right? What's the plan with the Uber? Where are we trying to go? Or I seen at least the situation as still opportunity, right? Because sometimes we can stay in a situation and then feel like a victim.
Yeah.
That victim mentality is now, that's the issue.
Man, let me,
that's the issue now we're staying there,
That is a lot right now. That is too much right now.
Too.
And let me tell you, I think you know when that happened too? When the whole pandemic. Free money, all this thing, everything was taken away. Now everybody's, whoa, what's going on here? Like,
what am I gonna do now?
What am I gonna do now? It's your fault. Wait. You could have had you had enough money to build something. There's something, right?
Yo, that's so true. They used to buy it. They were used to buying the 1942 bottles. Now they got to buy a small E&J. That's wild, son. Yo.
No mixer.
You got enough for that? Nah.
That's bad, man. But yeah, I think that, and I know a few people like that. They're just like, oh, your fault. What you fucking mean your fault, bro? Like, you're a grown-ass man already. Grown-ass woman. Like, it's not nobody's fault but yours. It's time for you to get your ass up and keep going. Do something. It's not easy doing shit. Especially being an entrepreneur and that shit is definitely not easy. You know what I mean? But you gotta fucking continue to push. And this is not for everybody either, right? Because this is what I said is entrepreneurship is not for everybody.
No.
There's people that need the 9 to 5. It's just your mentality itself to want to get up and just do you and take care of your, right? This is the world. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for you.
And
that's what I can tell you about
the
nobody.
United States. Like, there's
Exactly.
so much opportunity here.
Come on.
Like,
Come on.
So with that being said, you think the American dream hasn't died yet?
well, I think it's defined however you want it.
Obviously,
Nice.
yeah.
Like
so,
Okay.
yeah, like,
Alright.
yeah.
What was the original American dream?
To live in
Right? Like what was it? Like the
to
order,
live-
It was
right?
like white picket fence or something.
Yeah,
like
white
that.
house, have a family.
Marriage, kids, you college degrees, and this, and then that's it. That's your life.
And now
That's
we're
it.
retirement. Wait for retirement,
retirement.
and then pension, and now we're good.
And
Social
then it's
Security
over.
check come through.
Nah,
Hello. That's it. That's
Yeah.
we got 20 something odd years, 30 years, and I'm getting my check. I'm living good, right? That was the American dream.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. I'm sorry. Like that's not.
You can't even wait for that anymore
can't.
because now they're trying to push forward the retirement age to like I think like 72 or something.
Yeah, they're
like
trying to
that.
go crazy. Yeah.
And it is crazy. Like
And
nobody
they're gonna
wants to
take it
work
away
that
anyways.
long.
They're trying to take that shit away. Pension, 401, all that shit. They're gonna take it away. What are you gonna do now at that point?
yeah, pensions aren't a thing anymore.
It's going bad. It's going bad, and that's just the world what it is. But to y'all 9 to 5s, even then, just have that grind, that mentality, just to do shit, just in case something does go on. you have that strength to be like, yo, all right, cool.
I got this.
I got this. Let me go do something now.
Yep.
At the end of the day, right?
And that goes for both roles, you know, male and female. Don't just
Yeah.
sit on your ass thinking that, yo, I got a check coming in. All right, cool, but do something else on the side, like.
Or the one I've heard, like, oh, you're so lucky.
Yeah.
I created this luck. I woke up
Exactly.
every day in the morning and I created this luck. And it was like, I took advantage of the
You hear that
opportunity.
shit? Oh my God. Like,
I hate that shit.
Bro, like, I work for housing, right? I do elevators. And they be like, yo, how you, damn, you make good money. And I'm like, okay, so, because you see me, I got whatever these things, the jobs out there.
Yeah.
You feel like I just jumped in this role and everything, right? You didn't know, like, you, obviously, you're not going to know my history
Right.
of, so how you said before, like, you had like 13 jobs. I literally had 12 jobs, like 12 jobs until I got to where I'm. Nobody knows that, right? And if y'all did, then you understand. But to sit there and be like, oh man, I'm looking at them like, yo, yeah, this is like buffoonery right now. Like,
Right.
I'm talking Chinese to me right now, because what does that mean?
Yep. Or like, I think I was watching, I don't know if it was, I think it was a YouTube video where this guy was saying how he has built his wealth and how he does not, at one moment when he goes out to dinner or anything, if someone automatically thinks that he should pay because they may not have enough, he immediately is like, nah, like I'm not paying. Like I'm acting the same because I'm not here to just go off because I know what I had to do. And in entrepreneurship, is that too. It's like you see all these moguls and all these people and you're like, oh my God. You don't know the type of obstacles, the type of perseverance, the type of mental Fness that happens with you every day that you have to keep pushing through, right? Of course, there's options, but if you see a vision for yourself and you really want to hit that, every day you got to get up even when you don't want to, you know?
Yeah.
And even when you see everything else as a fire, then you're like, no, I got to keep pushing, right? So I feel like that's where the mindset comes in no matter what you have.
Yeah.
Even if you're in a situation in your life where you just don't want to be in, that's the play right now. Like, that's what you got to do, right? And it's like, it's always learning, right? And it's like something that we're all just constantly having to like.
We had a guest here a few episodes ago that he had a literally he's had a clothing brand, and he would sell clothes, and it just happened that he had to go right back to Mo. He had to go right back to working at McDonald's, this and the third, and that's not what he wanted to do. But he documented every step from the jump when he went back, boom, 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 for his own records.
Look at that.
And then after that, when he's doing college tours now with his clothing brand.
He actually had a pop-up today too, so shout out Mo too.
Shout out Mo.
I'm such a softie. I be getting goosebumps and shit like that.
Dope. You hear stories like that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like I know how hard it takes to get yourself out of a mental state where you're just like, what is it? Like, you know? But I think the root of it all is to like have God in your heart and know that like, number one, you don't have control over anything, but you just pushing through everything. You're doing what you got to do.
Definitely.
There's a lot of people who's like, oh, God got me. And it's like, okay, what you doing now?
they live in all faith and all that.
Yeah,
like, that's
it's like, okay, hold on. Like, he
work.
pushes you when shit get hard that, you know, you can rely on that
exactly.
piece. But it's not like, okay, I'm just going to sit out here and somebody going to knock on my door.
Yeah. My pastor said a prayer, and no knock to no, you know, my pastor said a prayer, I'm going to sit back. Like you said, man, you're not little, or whatever you want to call it. Like, you see, thank you for the. No, it's not happening. So y'all better get up and start working, man.
That's some facts.
Oh my God.
That's true though, because it's tough. It's tough.
But God bless him though.
Yeah, God bless Mo, man, because he even told
I
us
have to check that out now.
Yeah, check the episode out. Yeah. He does his thing. It's straight out the motherland.
Okay.
And then he got another Worldwide Love.
Yeah, it's called Worldwide Love. That's his other brand too.
He has 2 brands that he got going on right now. Yeah, it's
but I
cool.
think that's the power now of like when we're talking about like the American dream or like what is it, right? It's things like that that like are people actually documenting their experiences, right? Because you have a lot of the fluff online where it's like people just want to be materialistic and showing off and look at this and look at that. But it's like, where's the grit? Like, where's the actual like showing
we
me
asked
what's
him
happening?
because we asked him, what does he think about Mr. Beast and selling the well? I mean, building the wells in Africa. And he said, you have to show those things. It's like me showing what I went through to get to where I'm at, and I was like, you know, that's 100%
yeah,
fact.
because now everything is social media now, so everybody's watching it, no matter if it's the good or the bad. Like you get
so we're on our podcast tour. Yeah, but it's like I think for our generation, it's like different to like kind of like be okay with that too. To kind of like be vulnerable in the space and showing like that we're trying. That's I think the problem that people want to not show that they're trying.
Yeah, because they're gonna get judged by it.
Yeah,
but that's what I was looking for right now. Like
and being judged just to try, they're gonna look at you like, but why?
So at least you try it.
But but that's what I was about to look to you and be like, see, now if somebody tells you that with a curious mind like yours, and be like, but at least I tried.
I'm trying, at least I'm doing, and I'm stepping out of my own comfort zones to kind of unleash something new for myself. Exactly. You know.
Yeah,
that's dope.
And that's kind of like when people ask you too, like, oh, like how's your podcast? You're like, oh, I'm trying. And it's like, nah, like you actually doing it. You're not trying it.
Yeah, like
it's not trying. You actually doing this. So just keep pushing forward.
I'll be going with a big smile on my face, like, yeah bro, my podcast popping. So.
You know what's crazy?
We just changed the background. Like, oh, we need to turn this on. Like on air. Why is that off?
Oh, because it's too bright. I gotta get a tent. Okay, we gotta get a tent.
Yeah, it's like somebody just made. It's gonna throw the camera. It's gonna be like
throw the camera
over. But it'll be dope to be on here for sure. But this is why but this is why like nowadays it's not hard to do that, like, because if you have like us just going in here, fuck it. I'm from another generation, right? So I'm like, yo, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. I'm ready at my age. I don't care if you want to judge me. It don't make me less of a man, pretty much, right? So me and him just started talking about shit like, yo, fuck it, let's just do it. And if you look back to the beginning, it was on some like, it was a while, like very awkward, like, because we wasn't comfortable doing none of this, right? So it was like, so we try to talk like
gauge your tone and based on what, right?
And what we think, but
you enough already.
Come on, you know what I'm saying? So so it's not doing it already, just out of your comfort zone. It's dope to be that, like, and don't be scared about nobody judging you about shit, because it's not even about nobody else, man. It's just about you, like how you feel. Don't worry about nobody else, honestly. And that's just something you gotta learn to, because it's not easy. Definitely gotta get to that space, because the way people judge, man, and it could be the closest people around you too, which is the worst.
I got to a point where I used to lower my music down when I used to listen to Madonna or something on the radio in my car. Every time I pass through any hood, I'm like, yo, chill. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't rocking this shit around here. I don't want to be judged. Now, nigga, what?
All the way.
I'll be blasting this. I don't care, bro. I don't care about Backstreet Boys, that everybody track that. I had to go back into Spotify to listen to the original track the other day.
You mean how like this?
Just like, what? You already know, son. And then when the bye, I do the dances in my car.
Oh, shit.
Everybody be driving by looking at me like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga?
You hitting all the bangers right now.
That's the generation. Hey, that's what we call it. That's what we grew up at.
But it's all about comfortability, because, building podcasts, it created me. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm actually on live now, driving, listening to music. I never used to be like that. And there's this guy, too, who's always telling me, like, yo, you got to be on, get yourself out there more. So now I'm actually trying to get myself out there. So I'm like, it is what it is.
That's it.
It's not easy, but it's fun. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, I'm just tapping into that. Just getting comfortable with yourself, because for me, too, it was like I couldn't find, like, I was trying to fit in, like, in the white America workspace. And then it's like,
Why do you feel that way? Like you try to fit in, like
because once you
why you felt like you had to fit in?
I just kind of try to make myself relatable. Like nobody came where I come from. Like I grew up in Patterson. I spent my summers in Colombia. So over there it was like I was the American, and then over here I'm like the Hispanic. And once you're like in it and you're like speaking to your peers, like they had summer homes and times in Europe or summers in Europe and all this stuff, and I'm like. I didn't do any of that until my adult life, until I was able to afford that. Or like just even like winter sports, like snowboarding. My parents didn't have money for that. I wanted to do dance when I was younger, and they're like, we're not spending $100 on a month for you. Like it was just like, and they were able to do all of this. They were able to explore this when they were 9. Me, it was just like, you're gonna go chill outside with your cousins, and then that's it. So then it was like, you know what? This is who I am. Like, this is how I got here, and like now being myself, it's like it's been great.
And that's a good life.
It does, and that kind of makes your story makes your story way better too compared to theirs, because it's like they had like the regular silver spoon, like here, whatever you spoil, but you was more like authentic. Like you actually had to go through everything and trials and tribulations.
Yeah, super humbling. Like,
exactly,
which I think is also something that I find is, again, something you got to work through, right? Because if, for instance, you haven't had it as you were growing up, but now you're in a position that you're literally going to be able to do that for your children the way that you saw. So it's like now you got to measure how you're going to do it.
You broke the cap.
You know, you broke the cap. So now how do you push forward now? How do you know I still want to embody a lot of the things that I have innate to me because of my upbringing, but now I still want to give them all that luxury and all that stuff so they can be cultured. And then now you're like, okay. Now it's like a whole. So the thing with you is that you never stop growing. There's always opportunity. There's always another challenge, another thing that's gonna be like shift, move.
That's crazy.
You know, it's like goddamn.
That's crazy. That's crazy. My head's going. I ain't gonna lie because.
Look at this. What are we? Is it chilly or is it? It's cozy in here. It's not chilly.
Because it's true though. Like when you know you didn't come from that. And then you have this position that your kids are gonna live a different life than what you did. You start thinking about like, okay, shit, we have this mentality because what we we went through when we was growing up and everything, right? They're not gonna have the same.
No.
So
how can they?
Right. So now it's like, how do you teach them how to be a piece of you or something of you? In this space right now that they're in, which they didn't grow up in the space we did.
Yep.
Right? So that's kind of hard, man. Like, it's easy, but it's like it's kind of you don't know what's gonna be. I don't know, man. I'm just chatting right now, but it's just one of those things because you made a good point of it, right? Like it's like you didn't grow up where I was raised. That like, you didn't go through the shit I went through. Like
you wasn't shooting with me in the gym.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna appreciate how we would appreciate, let's say, money, right? Yeah. How we would manage money, like not manage, we could show them that, but appreciate it. Say we work for this shit we in right now.
Know the value of a dollar.
Know the value of a dollar, right? Yeah. They won't have that same feeling that we had.
Which is good that he mentioned that because like when JP was here, he mentioned how he humbled himself from going to DR. Yeah. As a kid, and he came back here, right? So now, as you guys, especially since you went to France and you traveled, like. Being out there, do you like experiencing how life is out there and then coming back here? The difference, like how was that?
I mean, I feel like, and obviously now it's been a while, but I do like the balance, right? But then you coming from the jungle here, right? Like you're coming from a place that you know that's what drives you, that you want to like get up at 4 o'clock in the morning because you're having a creative spark. You're like, I'm gonna just do this right now, right? Like that's the edge that I feel like keeps us exciting in life. Where of course that life of leisure, that life of let's close everything down for 2 hours, I love that, right? But it's like I feel like even for ourselves, it's like you feel like you have to earn that. Yeah. Even though it's like easy as just deciding where I'm gonna move from here to there, and that immediately goes there. But like when you want a level for yourself and your life. If I feel like sometimes it's like you feel like you need to just earn that, like That's cool. But I did love that. I love that they're.
How long you was out there for?
I was there for what 7 months.
Oh,
yeah,
full semester.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Full semester. So
how was the food out there?
It was. I mean,
I'm just curious. Like, was it really compared to here? Like, I know I heard over there they don't have like. Where is it? They don't have no flavors over there. Like, it's just different from here.
I mean, it all depends like where you go and what you're eating, right? But I did feel like everything was like fresher, because a lot of they don't have laws against. I mean, I don't know if that's changed now, but back then they didn't have. You couldn't bring GMOs and any of that stuff. They had very strong laws on that. Where here is like bring it on. Pressless is the money.
Like that over there
bring
too,
it here. Yeah. So I'm not sure if that's changed now, but it was very much like that. Even like in DR, like my mom was from my campo, so like even eating there and like having my grandma go and like kill every animal and eating it, like, you saw it and you digest it, everything. It was like so much fresher. So here is like I feel like.
That's the difference.
Taste-wise, definitely if you went to different places, what you got. Some things could be bland. Something could be rich in like sweetness or savory or salt and pepper. Then you just add that shit to it.
And you going back and forth from Colombia. That's where you're from?
Yeah.
How was that experience? Because I don't know how Colombia living is. Like I don't know a lot of people.
It's amazing. So I consider Colombia my second home. So like last year, I was able to work out of there for 6 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, and just work remotely. It was so nice. So it was like the first time I actually like just went to live versus going for vacation. Yeah. Food is fresh. Also,
the food over is crazy though. Like
Where, over there?
I never been. I ate Colombian food. Like, obviously, I don't know how authentic it is, but let me tell y'all.
You like it?
No, y'all damn breakfast. All y'all breakfasts from down there, like South America, y'all have some heavy ass. I'm not, and Dominicans too with the mango and all that shit. But y'all be having the like the
with the eggs and the rice.
Not even the refried beans and all the extra, right? You have like the queso, whatever, the mantequilla, whatever y'all call it.
Yeah.
Arepa.
I'm like, yo, because my wife is Honduran, right? So they kind of have like that whole. I'm like, God, that shit's gonna fuck my stomach up.
I'm curious, what's the Puerto Rican regular breakfast?
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Honestly, I'm like, when we grew up in the house,
it was like a Spanish omelet. Spanish omelet is onion, peppers, tomatoes.
Okay.
Or home fries with eggs.
Okay.
With potatoes, heavy.
Like an American type.
American type.
American.
But and out. Yeah. But with the. It's called papachinitas and all that. Like, was had the little the sazon that you turn it. You know what I'm saying?
Home fries, bro.
Yeah, it is home fries, but you gotta.
Home fries don't come. It's
seasoned different, bro.
Right?
That's what. You know, right? Like, but we have that. But it's good. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying the thing, but it's good. But I'm like, damn, I'm not used to that. Like, I can't even say how you get used to that because you grew up in that. But like,
I love it.
I'll mess up a Colombian breakfast.
Yeah.
I never
Them
had
little
it.
buñuelos and empanadas. I'm like,
My mom's boyfriend is Colombian, and he took me to a few spots in Queens, but that was a while back. I don't really remember.
Queens got a lot of Colombian spots.
Yeah.
They got one of the best, bro.
We'll send you a little list so you can order next time. Or we could just take wifey to Colombia too. We on a tour, wifey. We're going to we go to France. Now we're going to Colombia.
Yo, word. Tú estás jodido, padre.
That's it. Look at this. Now we're gonna monitor the views on the podcast.
And to top it off, my wife is in school for business management.
Look at that. Where's she going?
There you go.
She's in Monroe College right now. Yeah.
Look at that.
Shout out.
Yeah, man. Keep it going, girl.
So like being out there, like would you say like that was kind of like a mental break for y'all to like rethink like things over and actually do things better and execute it better?
Yeah, for sure. I think I also think like, let me take it back. Just here, the metropolitan state, just New York, Connecticut, we're just like, everything is just so fast paced. Like if you're not hustling, like we look at people like you're lazy. People, if you're from Georgia or like Florida, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I can't do this.
Like they come up here and they're like, how I can't keep up. Yeah. So I think just getting different perspective from my travels is just like, we can slow it down and still be efficient and still succeed. Like we don't always have to be on go. So it's taught me to kind of like slow things down and you know, do things in their own time. But I think that would be the biggest thing.
That's what I'm saying. You got to work through that guilt.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's some shit when you got to look at that and feel like it's guilt, like, damn, am I really doing too much right now? Like, I'm trying to relax here. Like,
yeah. And then you're born to, I mean, and then because we're from here, it's like, yeah, you don't know how to relax. You're like, wait, I need to be doing something. And like, I'm like, you're like, here, and like, should I be like, I need to go do this, I need to go do that. So it's also a mindset. It's like, okay.
Sometimes that's me at work.
Chill.
That's true.
I'll be at work, just twirling my thumbs, like, damn, what am I gonna do? I gotta get up. Let me go do something. Let me go twirl my toes or something. I don't know, because I'll be.
And I think it also like it gives you you get more patient over there because, again, it's just like here we have an appointment at 9 a.m. You're gonna get seen at 9 a.m. Okay. In Colombia, your appointment's at 9 a.m. You're there till like 12. Like they're seeing you because it's just everything is just slow.
Yeah.
And then because I'm an American, I'm like, what's happening? And my cousin's like, this is normal, relax, let's just go get some lunch. I'm like,
let's
what?
go get some lunch.
Yeah,
what if they
like,
call our names?
Yeah, for an appointment. And they're like, yeah. And it's like things you gotta like, oh shit. Like even here, the Colombian embassy in Newark, they operate that way too.
Really?
I go there and I'm like, what's happening? And they're just like, take a number.
Damn.
Oh wow, they really operate the same way as if they was really in Colombia.
Funny.
And Colombia's huge too, man. Right? Like,
I would like to go.
I want to go there. Like I said, take your wife, baby.
That is.
Wife, bro.
I gotta be financially stable first.
we gonna get some good ideas.
You gotta
right
claim
now.
it. I am financially stable to go to Colombia.
You're right.
That's it.
No, you're right. You're right. But my pocket doesn't
look
tell me
at all
that.
those endorsements rolling in for the podcast. Everybody getting checks. That's it.
They be like, they mentioned Colombia like at least 20 times. We got you.
That's it. Yeah.
But it's not gonna get
what is the airline one you like?
Avianca.
Look, Avianca, call us.
Yo, my God. But like besides business though, I also see that you passionate in like home decor, and I see that you got like your own little cozy corner. Like a chair.
Right
so like, is
that
that like
hella outdated? Why? Me, right? Like I do though. I do. Like, that's so funny so you say that. I love that. Yeah. So I do love. Again, is anything like creative, kind of bringing ambiance, and like my whole family always says it. Like I constantly am moving to furniture. I'm like I need to change the energetic of the house. So it's like one day like JP may come home and the whole bedroom is just flipped around, and he's like, "What happened? How'd you move this by yourself?" And I'm like, "Cause I needed to change it, just because I feel like I like new experiences, and then sometimes if you're not getting them like elsewhere, it's because just life."
That's how females are though. Like, they
changing
just like
things up. Yeah.
The one day you walking like, oh. Let me just put this over there.
Yeah, I just changed that lamp from here to here. Now it's like everything is kind of moving around.
I'm all for it. Just don't move my tools.
Yeah.
But
I do love anything that has to do with changing, like seeing things. I love arts. I love kind of just, even if I go to a hotel or anywhere, I'm just always like feeling like the small details of things and being like, oh my God, like I love how they did that. Or I like the smell of this.
That's what's up.
Like I really am very detailed oriented around things like that, and
No, I ain't gonna lie. That's a good habit to have too, because it's not like you like every day 24/7. You just in the same environment, and you do got to change things around to like just change your mindset and everything. Even
with anything, right? Because it's like even like with style, it's like I don't feel like I have a style. To me, it's like if I want to look a little more edgy today, I'll put an edgy. If I want to look a little bit more preppy, I'll put a preppy. Because it's like that's life. I feel like it's just always extra changing, and then you're like, oh, I'm having fun with it.
Just how you feel.
Yeah, it's like how you feel. So it's like you kind of always just connect instead of just being putting yourself in a box.
Yeah, basically.
And be like, oh, I bought this so I could only wear it like that. It's like, nah, go on Pinterest and see how you can flip that collar shirt 3 times.
It comes to repetition, like, it becomes boring after a while.
Yeah, and then you're being too hard on yourself to just stay the same. It's like, okay, like it's fine. I want to put a black lipstick on, see how that shit look. Let me see.
Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. Right?
Even if people start staring at you like, yo, who the fuck is that?
But it's your confidence in how you gonna rock it.
People respect that part right there. People
That's
respect
what
that
it is, right?
Nah,
it may not look good, but if you looking like it look good, then they gonna be like, hold on,
They'll
I'm a little
question
confused.
you, like,
yeah, right.
Like, so you know tomorrow they come in with the black lipstick on too.
Right.
Trendsetter.
Yeah, trendsetter.
Nah, that's what's up though, cause I'm also a big fan of reading. And so I got like a little Q&A for you too, because I see you have posted, like you have recommended a couple books.
He did his homework.
Oh yeah, we some journalists.
Is like hella old too, because I haven't posted. I'm being here, right? So everybody follow me now. But like I'm trying to be, and I just told her I just fixed my bookshelf like yesterday, so I like stacked them up very nicely. But okay, I'm ready for the Q&A.
I got you. So I'm gonna give you 4 books, and you're gonna explain which one's your favorite and why, right?
Okay.
So Made in Harlem.
Okay.
You got All About Love, In Company of Women, and Outliers. I'm saying it right?
Yeah, Outliners. Yeah. So Made in Harlem, obviously, like that's the story of. Now I can't remember his name.
You don't have to.
Okay,
man.
Right. No, but it's a big. Hold on, I gotta look for it now because I'm drawing a blank.
So you're saying like that's your favorite one, the Made in Harlem?
Oh, you're saying which one is my favorite one?
Yeah, which one's your
favorite one?
Okay,
just the name of the, In Company of Women, because it is like a full book, and my friend Chelsea gave it to me, which was a beautiful present. It's like all of these entrepreneur women and they're the stories. So there's a Q&A factor to them, but they're all like in New York area, and like some of them like are in West Coast, but they're asking them a fraction of questions, and then you just see the different, again, mindsets and perspectives and the things that people had to overcome. So I feel like that book is not something that I have to read from page to page, like from front to back. It's something that I can literally feel like if I need inspiration, I could just draw any page and read somebody's story. Cool. And because there's so many, it's like even if you read one story and then you go back to it, like you're not gonna remember all the details of that person. So it serves for motivation, inspiration. Obviously, as a woman, you kind of like you feel relatable to some of the stories and the ways that they might have been shut down or not valued enough, and then you kind of see how they were like, I don't care. I'm still pushing my own self. I believe in myself, and I'm going to kind of do that. So, yeah, I feel like that would be my number 1. And then Made in Harlem would be my number 2. Yeah. Just because, again, it's like those rag to riches stories and kind of like how everything kind of started. And I just love that. I love hearing people's like
they stories.
life. Like I love
Inspiring.
connecting as
Going
humans.
through
Like I'm just like,
adversities,
tell me more.
And
that's what's up.
answers.
And it kind of gives you motivation too. Gives you that motivation. Like, yo, if they
It's
could come up from
inspiration.
that, then what am I doing? I could do the same thing.
It makes you look at yourself and question yourself at this point. Like, yo, damn, I haven't been through that, but damn, they could go through that shit. Then what the fuck can I go through, right? You know what I'm
Because
saying?
it's all the mind. The mind stops you from a lot of the things. It's not so much that you can't, right? Sometimes if I find myself like doing something like that, I'm like, yo, hold on. I got my legs, I got my eyes, I got my ears, I got everything. God has given me everything, the intelligence, everything. Why am I playing with myself? You know, it's like that's what you're doing. You're playing with yourself, right?
You gotta put it to use.
Go, right?
That's true.
And it's just that it's kind of just keep pushing.
No, that's true. I like how you mentioned that because even with Vanessa, I see that you was at the stock exchange with the Women's Business Collaborative.
Yeah.
How did that go?
They're so cute.
Yeah.
They're all
I love
well
it.
vetted here.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
No,
This is what the off experience is about.
pretty much.
That's
The reason why I mention is because I don't really see a lot of women in this New York Stock Exchange. I see a whole bunch of angry men. They're mad. Oh my God, I owe my money, my money.
We're breaking glass
Yeah,
ceilings
right.
over here.
And that's why I was like, woman empowerment with Vanessa. That's why I was telling the guys, like, yo, she's really all for that. And I can see that a lot, And I was like, yo, we got to ask her about that because even with that, with the stock exchange, I want to know how was that experience with that?
Yeah. I mean, I first I'll say that, like, once I got into my career and started making money, I really like gave back to myself, like the little girl in me. So I was able to like sign up for that hip hop class.
Okay.
That was a good era. And I got into snowboarding, and I started traveling and going to different countries outside of Colombia. So I really like. I have to think, like, one, just my drive, getting myself here, but also it's given me an opportunity to see all of these things. So with work, I've been to the New York Stock Exchange twice, which is a monster. Like, right, you only see this in movies, so you're just like, So that was actually my second time there, so I was like, oh, I'm ready. I've been here. But it's awesome. It's awesome. Everybody... the men aren't that angry. People are usually friendly, and then it's like everybody's doing something. It is like in the movies.
Like mayhem.
It's like in the movies,
That's like Wolf of Wall Street.
It's super.
I
love that. I was watching that movie the other day. I love that movie. Yeah, so good. And it's super secure. So crazy. You gotta have your ID and all that stuff. So if you ever get a chance to go, do it.
That's fire.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Shout out to y'all, yo, for real.
We'll go when off experience is on the
pilot, right?
Yeah, that's
the
IPO.
I mean, soon. Look out for that.
Speaking into
We're looking for investors.
We're looking for investors, right? Yeah, we definitely. You know what I'm saying? We're looking for some investors out here. We'll soon be there.
So like, what would y'all say what was like your biggest accomplishment? Because I seen you did like a 4 million contract, right, with a boxing promotion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So how was that right there?
Sheesh.
I mean,
that securing that?
Yeah, that was really good. I mean, again, to me, it's like I can see something and like immediately start seeing like where the opportunities are, and kind of just, for instance, like you can look at something like that, like, okay, this is a pitch deck for a bank just to kind of see if they're going to be doing that. But you can go off and say the accolades of the boxers should be enough for them to go ahead and go out. But it's like, no, how are both parties going to go ahead and be beneficial? So I always take that route of seeing how are the banks in this situation. So I leveraged the pitch in order for them to see the value that it was to be a partner with a boxing promotional company, opposed to saying, oh, well, you guys should be proud to go out and be supporting of them. Okay. So I think like always leveraging things like that is my mindset. It's like how no one, and even in life, it's like no one should be intimidated by anybody. Right. It's like we're all here, we're all pushing through, and we all have value. Facts. It's just a matter of how we're going to pitch that value. So when I do things like that, I'm always removing any of the bias or any of those things, and I feel like that always propels me to kind of like really speak to the whole audience, which I feel like closes the deals.
Nice.
Yeah. What? I ain't gonna lie, boxing, like they've been making a lot of money this year. Like their numbers is crazy.
Yeah.
And just to see 4 million too at that is like,
that's a lot of handle.
That's a couple powerful couple right there. Because I know JP did a whole deal with the boxing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see it?
That's powerful.
There you go.
The power couple.
Pushing it up.
Pushing it up. Hey, run it up. Run it up.
I give it to y'all though, man. Y'all doing your thing.
No, but and this was the lovely thing.
You guys are doing your thing too.
We appreciate that.
Thank you. This takes a lot, and I also want to start my own podcast.
Do you really?
Talk about it. So like even seeing this, I'm like, oh, like, and even the other podcasts that I want, like, I feel like it's action, right? It's action about keeping that like doubt of like,
definitely.
Oh, what is it gonna be like? Because I'm also like to my point is like I always like feel like I need to outline everything and like know exactly what it is gonna happen, because it's been a lot of that. Like to Vanessa's point, if I'm having a job, then it's like, okay, I know I need to push past this job. I need to go get another one, and then like researching what the next thing is, and like even if it's a centimeter more beneficial, why and how, and then. So I've been trying to like rework my mind to not think that way, because when you're creative, it's about just sitting here and just talking shit, right?
I was just about to say that.
And you already have what it is. You have experience. You have everything that you need. I need nothing, right? So it's kind of just.
You got
doing that.
Now that how long has it been since you started the podcast?
We're about to be a year in February.
Okay. Any advice for someone who's just at that stage that you?
I was just about to say, no, you got more advantage than we had, like for sure. Like we don't have that advantage of talking like.
But that's the advantage. The advantage of starting.
Yeah.
Because now you have 43 episodes in today.
Yeah, 43 today.
And I think, what's up? Everybody's doing their homework around here. Which is crazy, because I think we're 43rd on the other podcast too.
It.
So I feel like I'll play that number.
Numbers out there somewhere. Like.
Yeah. But that's the real change though, is actually doing it. Because sit in my mind all day and think about it and make it all perfect.
And don't stop.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if you do 1, 2, and then you do 3, don't get overwhelmed because 3, 2, 1 wasn't what 4, 5, 6 is gonna be.
No,
You understand what I'm saying? You continue to hit 43.
That's
like what he mentioned before, we go back to our very first episode.
Yeah.
And I hate the way I sound.
And that wasn't even the first one though. Like we did a bunch of intro ones before that. So we literally started, no lie, like around December. But we did so many intros and we just didn't like it. It wasn't coming out. And that to that point that was like, we just didn't want, like we wanted to perfect it. But it was not going to come out perfect in no way, shape or form, because we just started to do, we don't know what this is about. Right? So we don't know how we're going to hear, listen, like sound. Whatever. And at that we was like, yo, fuck this shit, man. We just do it. Just put it out. Once I already knew the first episode was out, I didn't care no more.
And women,
because the more you do, the better you're gonna get.
Right.
Yeah, and women have more of a say in it, because your mothers, your sisters and stuff like that. So when it comes down to podcasting and talking shit, like I seen a podcast about baby daddies, and all they talk about is about baby daddies, about whose baby daddy's that, how he's that. I'm like, damn, but shit on us, why don't you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they also
that's what it's about now.
No. But they also put the crown on us as well as being kings of the household and stuff like that. So just continue.
There's an audience for everybody.
There's an audience for everybody.
Definitely.
Sure. Definitely. So I would say do it. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would say definitely do it.
I'm promoting it.
Yeah, I'll be tuned in for sure.
You already spoke on it right now. You said you do it.
Now y'all gonna be guests on my podcast.
Oh, we wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, we definitely.
I'll be there.
We definitely will.
We'll just bring a banner and then I'll come here.
Listen, you know
We're gonna take over the spot. We're just gonna invade it.
We were talking about that, like when we go travel, because we plan to want to go travel one night. Get a banner and have it just put it up behind us, just so.
And you know what's good now too? Again, like with how things are working, how fast things are. Like Canva is doing that now, and I didn't even think that it was like, I saw it sometimes if I'm designing something, it'll give me like the message on the side. But I follow someone that actually like did their whole like pop-up shop and did everything through Canva. Next day delivery, and the shit look crispy. And the price is like literally a third of what you're gonna pay if you go anywhere and get a banner like that. Shit. So I was like, now it's like, again, outlets are just expanding. They're like seeing what demand is, and then they're just going and giving that convenience for us to kind of just get it next day, a whole banner. You go to print shop, they're gonna be like, oh, it's gonna take a week to do that. But that's bad production. That's big corporation mindset. They're like, okay, hold on, boom, this is something that we need here.
Action and demand, man. They know supply and demand. That's it.
So let's order that for sure. Xperience, so we can go ahead and travel.
That's a fact. Now we that see. I heard it.
$60 on Canva. I mean, don't quote me.
Oh, yeah.
Don't quote.
Well,
you see, what we need a promo code. Use that promo code. Get it for $60.
Yo, Canvas, give us this little sponsorship here, bro. Stop playing, bro.
That's it.
Give us a sponsorship, man.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I mean, real quick, do you guys know anything about flamingos losing their color? Y'all know about that?
What?
The reason why I'm bringing this up, right, is because flamingos lose their color when they give birth to their baby.
Yeah, it's offspring.
Right, to their offspring. Mm-hmm. And that shows basically like God gave us the flamingos to see how as mothers they give to their offspring, their husbands, and they lose their color. And it takes some time for it to get back. So the reason why I bring this up as women who are part of the empowerment, you know, I just want to give y'all hats to that, you know, being who you are financially, entrepreneurship, you know, y'all do y'all thing, you know what I'm saying? As far as feeding the world, as far as feeding the community financially, and as far as what you do, you know what I'm saying? Just as long as y'all know that flamingos are animals that we do see just deplete as women in the world, you know what I'm saying? But as far as y'all coming up and showing the women that there is us out there that can do us as women, I give y'all that. I just want to let y'all know, you know what I'm saying? So now y'all know a little history about the pink flamingos.
I love that.
I'm about to go get a boat on that. I'll get me a flamingo boat.
That's what I want to let y'all know. I saved that for the last part because I want to let y'all know that I give my hat to y'all. That's dope. You know, it's hard to see women go through, like what you go through the whole Charles Schwab shit and the whole financial system at the men's society of dollar, you know what I'm saying? Because now the dollar's everywhere for everybody, you know what I'm saying? So that's, I give it to y'all.
I love that. And I love that I'm wearing pink like a flamingo.
That's why I was mentioning it too.
This was not rehearsed.
It was not rehearsed, y'all.
Now when shit starts getting tough, just put some Clorox on that bitch. Start fading it away.
Yeah, I didn't even look. Now she said that. You even talking about it, I'm not even thinking about it. She said
it's
that.
It's a jumpsuit too, so it's like head to toe pink.
Oh man.
No, it's funny too, cause like you saying flamingos just reminded me of when you went to Aruba. And you just see flamingos just walking around everywhere.
It's when you
What
said
color
that.
do they get then? They just get like white?
Yeah, but they get their color back. And the reason why I say that is because women, they'll give out their all.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, when they finish giving their all, they will eventually find their groove back.
So how long it take the flamingos? So
Well,
I can see
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
getting back.
I don't know. I mean, I just
see what Stella gets the groove back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean, I just opened
down
down.
my calendar, like, okay, it's
Nah, I
like
just opened down your horizon to
back.
Google flamingos, the pink flamingos and stuff like that.
I see white flamingos too. Like,
Yeah,
that's
the moms. Those are the moms giving
crazy.
birth.
That's
A
so
little
cool.
education.
I love it.
Good shit. So,
Nah, I have one more question. It's like on a positive side though, because I also seen that you had won the FPA Rookie Award.
Hey, 2021.
Hey.
I want to know more about that because I don't really know what the FPA is. So if you was just like explain what that was.
Yeah, so FPA stands for Financial Planning Association, which I have been a part of since I was in college. So they have a student, and then once you're in your career, you can continue being a part of it. So there's a few benefits, right? You networking, so you connect with other financial planners, and then also like COI, so Center of Influences, so anything that has to do with planners, so insurance brokers, etc. But this, I think it was during the pandemic that I started really getting involved. They started a diversity, equity, and inclusion group or committee. And I'm like, yes, finally, like, where are my Latinx people in the industry? Because it's like, hey, like, I want to bring up the next generation for this. Like, hey, there's space for you here. Like, you can succeed in this industry. So that's how I got it, and I've just been part of it. Now I'm actually in the DE&I national level of FPA.
Oh, wow. Congrats.
So I'm working with them, and that, it's just a great community that I'm a part of, and actually seeing other like Latinx people financial planning. So thank you for bringing that up.
Anytime. So like, what was like the qualifications though for you to win that award?
Being great.
I was about to say be you.
Being myself. It was like the first time that I'm here in a group where I'm just expressing who I am, my background, and like diversity. This is where we are, and we have those uncomfortable conversations. Like, hey, when you go into a website, there's still only white people as the team members. So it's like, where's everybody else at? Right. So we're really trying to push that and have an action plan. Because I feel like after was it George Floyd? Yeah. That's when kind of corporate was like, oh, D&I initiative, blah, blah, blah. And like, No, it's like, so we're here as okay, let's unite and have actions and follow through.
Not just hit a mark, but actually be part of like movement.
Right,
exactly.
right.
You know? Yeah.
Actually
like,
make a
we can all talk about it, but what are we really doing?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the same with a lot of things, right? It's like even like body positivity. A lot of the people are just trying to profit off of it.
Pretty much.
You know, instead of actually being advocates of the inclusivity and like what that actually means, and like making more sizes, making more colors, if it's gonna be for all of us, right? It's not just like everybody's dollar matters, right?
Yeah.
Some people may not plan it effectively. It may give their last dollar.
Yeah.
And that's not going to be the long-term customer. But at the end of the day, their money is still good, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that somebody, because they're just going to continuously buy, that they're going to be mattering more than the other person that's literally saving or sacrificing to buy something.
That reminds me, FPA does host or does have a pro bono. So we're helping underrepresented communities to have access to financial planning or help them with their tax returns for those that can't really afford the help. So
look into that right there.
Fire.
And I feel like even on that end, it's like as women and not seeing like how there might not be as many resources or voices that are advocating for it, to, you know, in conjunction to like what Vanessa's saying, like I wanted to start an initiative for like the younger entrepreneurs, not so much just the women, but like anyone that again can't pay for a mentor or a course or even a consultant. But to me, it's like it's very important to have that space where I can help them from these beginning stages to kind of be like, hey, do you know about this? You don't? Well, we need to start getting you on that.
That's dope.
Right? Because that's what life is. Life is giving you
off experience.
Off experience. Oh,
Yeah.
Vanessa's a PR, by the way.
That's good.
We got her 3 clients now.
That's good though. That's good though. Holy shit, but it's true.
I think it's that, right? It's off experience. To me, it's like, of course, transactional things are important. But to me, it's like, what is really the mark of your life here? Like, what is really the purpose of God putting you through things? And it's for that, to pay it forward. And any little bit that you're able to do that, whether it is being a part of a community and a committee and be having pro bono work, whether it's helping parents, whether it is talking to younger entrepreneurs and helping them that way, or anything. Yeah. It's like everyone has a duty to have that pay forward factor because of the experiences that our life has given us. We can learn and be teachers.
To help others.
Yes, to help others.
Damn. That was a fucking awesome closeout statement. Listen, even not just to even close this out.
Bring out the shots.
Right. Where can they find? Let them know where can they find you at individually, pages, websites, committees, all that pro bono, like you're saying, all that extra stuff, and we're gonna put it up. So start off.
Yeah. So definitely you find me on LinkedIn. Message me. That'd be the best way. And I also have Facebook. So again, Vanessa Franco. And I look forward to helping you reach your financial goals.
Talking to Mike. Sorry. I couldn't hear you.
No, you're good. I'll say that again. Run that back.
Run it.
So again, my name is it's Vanessa Franco, and you can find me on LinkedIn. That's my professional page. I'm also on Facebook, Vanessa Franco, and I would love to help you reach your financial goals. So send me a message.
Yes.
Perfect. I have the strategy group. So it's Carolina at thestrategygroup.biz. That's where I kind of give more of my services. If you're looking to have a consultant or have someone that can kind of guide you through your entrepreneurship, then you can reach me there. I also have the strategy shop, which is my pro bono initiative, my pay it forward. If anyone that is a young entrepreneur looking for mentorship and doesn't really have the financial resources to do so, contact me, and then we kind of go through a vetting process to see if you'll be aligned with what our initiatives are. And I am going to plug in the podcast because it's going to happen.
Oh, plug it in. Let's go.
Okay.
Do it.
And these guys are going to be on
That's
it.
right.
So the podcast name is What's Sexier Than the Mind. And it's really to kind of just go ahead and speak on experiences that we all have gone through and how we all can kind of just continue to grow.
Drop a bomb for that one. I ain't gonna
We definitely gonna be in that one.
Yeah, so y'all heard it here. She gonna have us running up soon.
That's it. I'll send the logo so you can plug it up.
Coming soon. We'll definitely plug it up.
And I'll
Coming
draft
soon.
it up.
Facts.
So, again, thank y'all for coming. Appreciate y'all.
Having us.
Thank y'all for giving out that female aspect of of what y'all do. Yeah, of your knowledge, man. Like that was a beautiful thing. So again, thank y'all.
I love it.
It was definitely a pleasure.
Yeah, with that said, peace, bless, love. Give thanks to that man above.
Live, love, prosper, y'all.
Peace, y'all.